never lived on my own before. It was a bit rocky at first, but I think living on my own, not even I think, I know, definitely has been a great experience for me, and it's really allowed me to... Hey y'all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for joining and tuning in, and I hope that you join the family. If you're not and you've been here for a while, thank you honestly for showing me support and love, and I return the same to you too. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and just tell everyone about it. Help a girl. Just tell them it's I got some cool videos and that. You feel me? I hope you're vibing and you're thriving, honestly, wherever you are. And I hope you're having a good time. And if you're not and your day's, off to a wobbly start, don't fret. Turn that frown upside down and smile, because everything will be all right. Guarantee you. Okay. Today's video, I just wanted to talk about kind of my reflections and thoughts on why I feel buying my house has helped me a lot and how it's benefited me. So for a while, I thought about buying a house, but it wasn't something that I was I suppose obsessed with. I knew I was saving. For a while I was saving, and at first I was just saving just to save, and then after a while I was like, okay, I'm saving for a house, because I am done sharing and living in shared spaces and all that kind of stuff. Because prior to buying my own place and having this home, I was living in shared accommodation and living with other people, and boy, let me tell you, it's not fun. Not all the time. Sometimes it's cool, but most of the time, everyone, has their own living habits and living standards of cleanliness and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't end up with people who have any sort of standard, you're gonna see it. But anyway, enough about that. So I started to look into the process of buying a house properly in 2022. At the start of 2022 actually, and then by the last quarter, I would say, towards the end of the third quarter and definitely the last quarter was when I started the process for sure. There's a whole different separate video. There's a whole different separate story about how special this house is. So if you really want to hear that story, and I promise you, I haven't told a lot of people, but the people that I have told, they're kind of taken aback as to how this house actually came into being mine. So if you want to know, let me know and I'll do a separate video for that. But for me, I think one of the greatest things that I appreciate so much being a solo buyer, not just being a solo buyer actually, but also living here by myself. Like I mentioned before, I was, in shared accommodation and, renting, basically. I was renting. And prior to moving in here, I had never lived on my own. I'd always either been living in my parents' house, or when I went away for uni, living with friends, and, I never lived on my own. So when I moved in here, it was a bit difficult. But I say that to say I'm still kind of grateful, and I'm so thankful and definitely proud of myself that the first time I actually did end up living on my own, it was my own space, not a rented space as in a 1-bedroom flat or whatever. It's literally my own house. I have my own garden, everything, right? Ooh, the story about this house, y'all need to let me know so I can drop that video for y'all. Anyway, moving here, never lived on my own before. It was a bit rocky at first, but I think living on my own, not even I think, I know, definitely has been a great experience for me, and it's really allowed me to work through a few things mentally, I think, as well. It's allowed me to heal. It's allowed me to think more and really sit with some things that I'd kind of maybe pushed to the side or compartmentalized or whatever. It's allowed me to really just be in my mind, searching, understanding, healing, working through all kinds of stuff. And actually, the greatest gift that I've gained from being in this house, having my own space, living by myself, is that I feel like I'm falling more and more in love with my mind. And I think for me, that's the greatest thing I could ever ask for, to be honest with you. One of the greatest, probably, definitely, for sure. Imagine waking up, or when you sit down and you realize how you think and how other people see how you think, and how you are able to kind of get people to look at things from different perspectives. And when I talk about healing as well, I mean, there were a few things that I think I'd been holding on to without realizing, and having this space in my own house where I can have, silence and peace and can just be my own element and just think and vibe out and just, it's allowed me to, like I said, like open certain doors or follow certain thoughts to gain better understanding. And one of the things that I would say I take away with me from all that kind of self-discovery, if I should say, not that I didn't know myself before, but I feel like you always learn about yourself, right? Because we're always changing as people, is that you need to understand that everyone that comes in your life plays a part. Like everyone has a part to play in this world, whether it's in their own purpose, in their own journey, or as guests in other people's lives. If you hold on to the happenings or the situation between you and someone, you miss the gift of understanding how to free yourself when things hurt you. If someone hurts you, for example, and you only see the hurt, you don't get the gift. But if you allow the hurt to sit, if you allow yourself to sit with the hurt, work through it, and understand that everyone plays a part, there's literally, you can turn the negative into a positive. If someone comes into your life to hurt you, and then that's how you go from strangers to knowing each other back to strangers or whatever. This is just an example. Rather than thinking of it as like, this person's hurt me, you think of it as like, okay, this person hurt me, yes, obviously, because you can't turn away from that, but also they played their part. I feel like looking at it from that angle and that perspective frees a lot of weight, and also allows you to just be more forgiving, I think, for me anyway. And that I would say is one if not the greatest thing of having my solitude and finally being in my own space and having a home that I can come to all the time and feel at peace enough to be able to have those deep thoughts with myself. I'm a real deep thinker. Anyone who knows me knows that I like pushing the boundaries of my mind and thinking about weird stuff. I really do. The other day I wonder if animals sometimes think about how they got to be here, like how human beings do. Random thought, but I do. And I got that from like looking at a bird one day. I'm like, what? I don't even know why I was thinking that, but animals are smart. Dogs especially, you can train dogs, they definitely learn. So I wonder. Anyway, I say all of that to say the human mind is beautiful. I've definitely fallen in love with my mind from living here and having my own space, and it's allowed me and it's led me to healing. It's allowed me to know myself a bit more, know myself on a deeper level as well. And it's allowed me to see the how much I love my mind and how much, that I feel like is my greatest asset. So for me, this is just a quick video to say, being a solo homeowner or whatever, it's not all bad. Some people might struggle with loneliness, but for me, the biggest lesson and the biggest gift that I've gained is that not only did I fall in love more with myself in terms of how I think in my mind, but also it allowed me to heal, and it allowed me to have a space where I feel safe to think even more. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if this resonated with you in any way, shape or form, or maybe you're struggling with living alone, maybe start thinking about the benefits of being on your own and focus on those instead. Leave me a like and a comment and let me know how I'm doing. And like I said before, if you want to see that video about the story of this house, let me know for sure, because I will do that. I'm about to wrap it up. You know what I'm about to say. Your girl is out. Have a lovely, lovely, wonderful day, evening, afternoon. Hope you're vibing and thriving. Peace. Mwah.